My dear students, today we will study the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. We have this poem in the second term of SYBA compulsory English syllabus of Pune University. We will do a quick revision over here. As you all know, Maya Angelou is a black African American lady. She has always talked about the women's rights, especially the black women's rights, and their position in the American society. Black Americans, they were the slaves brought from South Africa uh, before maybe 6 to 7 centuries, and they suffered a lot throughout this period. They were oppressed and suppressed by white Americans. They have suffered like a hell, and the prejudices and the injustice done against them, it was very much horrible. And the ladies, especially the black ladies, they have suffered, as I have told you earlier, the twice suppression. One was at the level of the society by white American male, or the white American society, and at the second level they had a separation from the patriarchal system, that is the black uh, fathers or maybe husbands at home. So the situation of these black American ladies was really horrible. In this poem, Still I Rise, Maya Angelou, she talks about uh, the right of the black American ladies and how they were treated in the history, in the past history of America, and how she insists her self-esteem to come out of that black history and to insist her position and prestige in the current society. She says, you may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I will rise. There is continuous repetition of the phrase, still I rise. So she is insisting, continuously insisting that though you have treated me like dust or like dirt in the history, whatever you have written in the history is completely wrong, because that was the history written by the people in the power uh, about the people who were suppressed. So they are bitter, twisted lies according to her. And she says, whatever was the treatment given by you, the superiors or the people in the power, in the hierarchy, they were on the upper ladder, but still I will rise. In the second stanza, does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? Because I walk like I have gold oil wells pumping in my living room. Here, she is asserting that I'm showing my boldness, I'm showing my self esteem. That's why you are upset. You look upset, and you look sad. But uh, though I am poor, though I was poor, I have had a huge history. In South Africa, as you all know, there were gold mines, and even the diamond mines over there, and it was also famous for the oil wells. So she says, we have back at our home oil wells pumping in our living rooms. So though we are poor in this current situation, actually that was not our history. You brought us over here, and that is why our situation is like this. You have made us slaves. We were not born slaves. In the third stanza, just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hopes springing high, still I rise. Here she is using the figure of speech simile. She compares herself with the moons and suns. As the moonrise and the sunrise, and the moonset and the sunset, they have fixed timing. Similarly, she says this is the circular motion in the nature. Similarly, everyone has got its his or her particular time. Earlier times was the people was the time of the white people. Now our time will surely come. She is very much sure. just like hope springing high. She compares herself, her situation with the situation of the mind. In our minds, even there are the waves of positivity and negativity, optimism and pessimism always. But she says, I will not overpower the pessimism over my optimism. I will always be optimistic because as in nature, the sunset is sure, similarly the sunrise is also sure. So similarly in our society also, though we are in a lower state of the society nowadays, but one day we will be at the powerful position. In the fourth stanza, she says, did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulder falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? As slaves, you always wanted us to see broken. Our eyes should not be, we should not have a clear eye contact with the whites, with the superiors. Our head should be bowed down, and you wanted always me to cry. Uh, you wanted our souls to crush, but I will not let it happen. I will reject all these things, to fall down in the dust and to be trodden down by the white superior people. I will rise continuously. In the fifth stanza, does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard because I laugh like I have gold mines digging in my own backyard. In the second stanza, always she insisted on the oil wells pumping in her living room. In this stanza also, she says that she has gold mines in her backyards. She is talking about her ancient history in Africa. So she says, I am beautiful, though I am black, I am beautiful. She insists her beauty, and she insists her prettiness even in her black shade. And she says, are you upset with my beauty and pride? Uh, in the next stanza, she says, you may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I will rise. See, in the society, always one cannot kill the other person with a weapon, but one can kill the other person only with the bitter, hateful words. So she says, throughout history, whatever these white people, white Americans, they have done with the black South African slaves, that they have killed their souls, their minds, they have weakened their tempo only with their hateful words. They have shown them down throughout the history. She even says, you may cut me with your eyes. See, as a lady, a black American woman, they have suffered like a hell. I have already insisted upon that. So always the rape is not done physically. Even with your eye contact, one can have a rape on the other person. So she is using very powerful phrase over here, and she says, you have been killing us. The process is continuous. It is still continuing, that you have been killing us with your hatefulness, but still I will rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Not only I am bold and beautiful, not only I am hot, but I am sexy also, she insists. Does it come as a surprise? It is it is the assumption held in the society that white is beautiful, but she says even though we are black, we are bold, beautiful and sexy. That I dance like I have got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs. Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. In the penultimate stanza, she says, even out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. It means that throughout the history, you have made us ashamed by your behavior. You have always defeated us, showing us down that you are black, you don't have any kind of intelligence, we are overpowering you, we are overpowering the black woman. But though our history is rooted in the pain, Up from the past that rooted in pain. Our history is completely rooted in pain, but I will rise out of that history. I am a black ocean. She compares herself here with a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling. I bear in the tide. In the last stanza, she says, leaving behind nights of terror and fear. Earlier, our nights were full of fear and terror that somebody will come, somebody will assault us, somebody will hate us, somebody will kill us, somebody will rape us. But now I am going to oppose that kind of oppression, that kind of suppression, and I am going to rise out of that fear. I rise into a daybreak. As in the nature cycle, every night has got a daybreak. There is sunrise, there is dawn. So similarly, in our black people's lives, in our black people's night, our history was like a beastly night, but it will have a beautiful dawn, a beautiful daybreak. It is wondrously clear. It is the law of nature. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. She is not only proud about herself, but she is proud about her race, about her ancestors, about her roots from where they originated. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. She says, history, yes, our history was dark, our history was uprooted, our history have been written by the superiors, but now I will come out of that history, and I am the dream and the hope of the slaves. And in the end, she asserts, I rise, and I rise. So, my dear students, in this poem, she is asserting the self-esteem of the slaves. She is presenting the rights, equal rights of the slaves. She is asserting the equality of women. So, there are many underlying themes to this poem which are applicable to even this day, because there are many such kind of issues prevailing in our society also. So you can connect the poem Still I Rise with the current situation in whichever society you live, and similarly you can write it in that answer also. Thank you very much. Have a good day.